So we're going to start by mixing the blue. And you're basically going to start at the top and just go quickly. I would not go too slow doing this. So we're going to cover the top, and you're going to add a little bit of white to it. And you already have blue on your brush, so just mix that together on your paper. Super fast. Oh, I forgot to say, you guys should know that don't go past the middle line. This is your horizon line. Okay. So then after that, we're already, like, that was so fast. I could do maybe a little bit more white. If it's not spreading, add water. Add like a tiny bit of water to blend it. The water will help. Now I'm going to wash out my brush, and I'm going to do that pink. So we got to mix red. Red is super strong, so you don't need a ton. You need more white. So even this is pretty red. Okay, so I'm going to keep my brush a little white or wet, and then we're going to do that here. Let me make sure. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit more white so it gets lighter. And then this is kind of blended. You don't want to blend the blue and red too much. Why? Because it's going to make purple. So add more white in the middle there. I'm just going to add a little white. And then just blend it quickly. I don't know if you've noticed by now, but I don't like how this camera is showing my colors. It's kind of...
How far up did you make your horizon line?
It's in the middle of the square.
Okay.
Why is this? It's like showing it as a different color. There we go. So you guys see that? I'm not really a fan of how this camera is looking. Brightness. Okay, now we're gonna want to make this bottom part more curved and more red. So I'm gonna mix up more red so it's a little bit brighter. And then we're going to move in a curved motion. Like that. Hopefully you can see that. I'm not liking how this camera is looking. Any brightness?
Did you start with like a light blue, or is it a dark blue?
It's a light blue, so I mixed white with it. I don't like how this is showing as yellow. It's like I have no yellow on there, so why is it showing that? Okay, is that kind of clear? So this should be like light pink, not yellow in the middle. Okay. Once again, if you can't blend it, add water to your brush. I'm gonna blend it up. Maybe if I turn off the light. Okay, let me play. Okay, if you've gone this far, you next want to mix up like a orangey color. So you're gonna do yellow with a tad of red, like a very, very small amount, because look how bright that is. I just added a tiny bit. So you want to get more yellow. And then you're gonna do that. I'm not gonna draw on the moon. I don't feel like you have to. You're gonna do like this shape. Let me play it again. And that shape is gonna come out. And then you can add maybe a little yellow. And maybe a little white you can add to it to blend it out. And that kind of, I'm not pushing super hard.
Is the center white?
Yeah, it's not showing good on here. The center should be like a light pink.
Okay.
This doesn't look great. And then you could build it up maybe a little bit more in the middle. Okay. I know I'm moving a little fast, but this is easy. You're just going to take your white after, and you're going to make your little circle. I would make it kind of thick. That's the moon in the middle. Hopefully you can see that.
Also, Brian,
Yeah.
how do you get the orange?
How did I get it?
Yeah.
A tiny, tiny bit of red and more yellow.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. I'm just adding maybe a little bit of white on the sides to blend it in. I kind of want to make this a little bit more pink coming up. You guys don't have to, but I want to. So you could do this if you want. Just put more of the pink coming up.
After you made the sky like blue and pink, did you do like a peachy color, like, and do like the U shape? Is that
Yes.
what the next step was?
Yeah, so.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, more yellow and a tiny, tiny bit of red. Really wish that. Oh, maybe that's better. See, these colors, mine doesn't look like that. Like this is really making it weird. Okay, so I'm gonna move ahead, but we're gonna do the clouds. So I'm gonna do it, and then for the clouds, you want a smaller brush. In fact, you might You might want something like this or a round one, like super small. And for the clouds, you can mix up white with this. They could be light pink if you want, like. And then you guys just watch me, and then you can do them. So to make clouds, you kind of make circle shapes, and you pull them out. So this is not. I'm going to just use white because it's not showing up. Circle shapes. Sometimes with white, you have to add a lot for it to really show up. So we'll do it and then we'll let it dry and then build it up again. So circles. And then they're a little bit flat on the bottom, but it's still not super straight. And you want to make them a little different. So maybe some small ones up here. And right here. So you should have a variety of types of clouds. What she does in the video is she makes some yellow and she puts some yellow in the clouds. So I can add a little yellow and then we'll let it dry. But you got to do white first. So white clouds and then put yellow over that because the white underneath it makes it pop out. And then we'll let that dry. I'm going to get an even smaller brush.
Did you add like orange and red above the like pink bottom?
Um,
And then is that like a white dot in the middle?
yeah, that's a white, yes. So I did add a little bit more pink up here.
Is that orange that you added or red?
Where at the very bottom?
Like it like goes from pink and then to blue, but there's like orange in between. It looks like orange.
Yes, so I put it just where the moon is and I blended it out, but it's mostly yellow and with a tiny, tiny bit of red. Okay, so I guess she adds clouds even way up here. So we're going to bring the clouds clouds higher. I hope this is helping you guys make the clouds. So it's just like dots. Okay, I'm gonna move ahead. I'm gonna make a dark red. So that's red with a tad of blue to make a maroon color. I know I'm moving a little fast, but I'm videoing this, so. And then with that maroon color, you're actually going to add some darker clouds in the back.
How did you get this blue?
It's red with like a very small amount of blue. And these are going to be more darker lines in the back. So tiny, tiny little clouds in the back. And they're these lines. I'm also going to use that maroon color, and I'm going to go over some of these big clouds. You know what? I feel like they need to dry. And you're going to leave the outside outline white. So you should have a variety in the sizes and shapes of your clouds, because if they're all the same, it doesn't look like nature. It looks not realistic. And then I'm going to go back with my thin brush, get white, and pop out some of these outlines.
To get the clouds, so did you use like just white on top and just kind of did like dots?
I first did white. Yeah. You kind of do dots and then just make sure all the edges are different and then go side to side.
How did you get the maroon cloud?
The maroon is red with a tiny, tiny bit of blue. And I'm going to make that same maroon, that dark maroon. If you add too much blue, it's going to turn very purple. So I know you guys aren't probably as far, but I'm going to move ahead. So I'm going to just do that maroon down here to make it look like mountains. So along the horizon line.
For me, my orange to like the blue does not blend very well. Is that like okay?
Which colors don't blend?
Like the blue to the orange.
Yeah, I mean, maybe where it doesn't look so good, maybe add clouds over that.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'm doing these mountain shapes at the very bottom. So they don't come up super high, but this color should be pretty dark. And then when you're up to this point, you're going to do pink on the bottom. So we're going to do another line down here, and then you're going to do pink. So I'm going to get white, red, and it can be darker at the top. And we're going to do that same thing coming down. But we're going to leave we're going to do that. This is all pink. And then you can get your brush wet and add more white and make more of a highlight in the middle. I'm going to stop recording right now.